Hey guys, Fishy here, and I'm hoping that the live stream is going right, going correctly, and that the volume is proper. We're going to get those things checked out while we have an opportunity here. Oh, goodness, it has been an interesting week. A week full of finding fakers and discovering new places from which fakers have launched campaigns to influence Americans. So of course that's that. Just wait till you see it. Just wait until you see it. It's something else. So meanwhile, I've been looking at things that have been happening online, and Twitter just removed 70 million, I think, 70 million accounts from Twitter's platform that were fake or bots or things like that. So social media companies sound like they're trying to get things right, trying to fix things, trying to make it better. We'll see if that continues, but I don't know that doing that is going to fix the problem. You can take off the trolls, you can do that sort of thing, but they keep regenerating, they keep growing new accounts and finding new ways to pass around fakery. So there's got to be some other solutions to it. I just don't know what they are. And these guys are paid a lot of money to look into that sort of thing and see how things can go better for users in general. So I don't know. We'll find out. All right, looks like everything's working right. The screen is scrolling. Things are humming along. So we're going to jump into what it is that I was looking at. What? I didn't want to have this going on here. Let's change that. Stock scan is great, but I already had one opened. I didn't need a second one. One of the things that I'm learning is that so many fake and foreign profiles have a lot of interest in pushing content to Americans. And in talking with Sarah from Exploiting the Niche, part of that is due to the fact that American clicks are very valuable. If you can get Americans to click on your website, that's a lot more. You can charge advertisers on your platform, etc. You can make more money that way. And that's a thing that we have to keep in mind when we're looking at this. Someone asked today, why would these people from other countries do this, thinking that these were real profiles that were genuinely putting content into these groups? And no, it's probably that these people don't even speak English very well, but they're being incentivized to post these things so that American audiences can have it in front of their faces. And this is how I figured and tied some of these together. This is a spreadsheet that I've been using. Started looking at it in different categories. You can see I started here with Trump related, and there are pages for America for Trump, Conservatives for Trump, Donald Trump Fan Club, Donald Trump Forever, and then Ivanka and Melania Trump, Lady, what does that one say? Lady Supporter, Ivanka Trump, MAGA 2020, these are more marked out and I'll tell you why in a minute, and then Melania Trump, Time for Trump, and We Love Donald Trump Family. Now those are all the Trump related ones that I found, and these are the profiles that I found sharing those things. This particular bundle here, the first 3 pages had America for Trump, Conservatives for Trump, and Donald Trump Fan Club. Those are all selling merchandise on the posts themselves, and then some other ones don't have that, but for those they definitely do. But these are the people that we're looking at here: Tafik Barisha, Blarona Hassani, Liberta Sinani, Albin Barisha. These are not names you would find here normally in American-run groups, but these are the people that are pushing the content. And these are all their profiles, so I can track them better. And then these are the comments when I dug into them. Albanian in the photo comments. That means that they have commented on a photo in Albanian somewhere on Facebook. And then things like recurring name and image. This particular profile is under the link Zheng Jianfu, and we've talked about Zheng Jianfu before. This particular account has had many names. Before it was Sadaf Amanat, and now it's Asan Bilal. So they keep recycling these accounts and doing whatever they can to keep them active. These are valuable accounts if they know how to get into these groups and stay in these groups. They can keep pushing content no matter where it comes from. Here's comments in Hindi, a check-in in Pakistan, Khmer, comments in Khmer, so probably a Cambodian account, Kosovo check-ins, Indian photo comments, and Indian people, people from India that they were commenting on, things like that. That's just the Trump-related pages that I found for these guys. Almost all of them are from Kosovo. Almost all of them. Now, there's Indian, Pakistan, and Cambodian, but chiefly these are from Kosovo. Then we have Native American related pages. Now, Sarah has done a great job of tracking a lot of these, and I'm going to go back and see if I can't match some of these or more of these names to different other groups, but these are the ones that I found. Native American Daily, Native American Indian Tribes, and Native American Apache. When we look at these, let's take a look at just one of them real quick. Native American Daily. This one has 938 people that like it. It's not a huge page. But when they push out content, they're pushing it out in 8, 10, 12 groups. So they're pushing that content and getting those clicks from all over the place. People that may or may not be Native American, it doesn't matter, they just need the traffic. Also, I found, say this one, Isuf Klinaku. When I look at this one, I also checked, they also shared Worldwide Nature 24 posts from there. So if they checked and shared more than one page, I tried to make a note of it over here. This one here, Leonida Hashani, Kosovo, Albanian photo comments, and also shares I Love America new. So I Love America page down below. Her name will turn up again. Then we had a couple of celebrity pages that were all tied to these same accounts. Judge Janine and Sean Hannity Fox News pages. Then we have Americana, just regular American related, Always American, American News, 2 different American News pages, and then American Pride, I Love America, 1 page, 2 pages, and then 3 pages. 3 different I Love America pages, but with some of the same type of names that are sharing it. Proud to be American, that's one of the Picolis. We talked about Picolis a few months back and what they were up to, sharing content out of their pages that they ran. And Support America. Now, all of those you can see over here on the comments that I made. I've got Kosovo check-ins, Romanian photo comments and check-ins. Here's somebody in Amsterdam, near Amsterdam, that's commenting in Dutch, Pakistan, India, but again, mostly Kosovo, and then mostly Albanian language. What other groups do we have down here? The American News, USA Said, West Coast Conservative, and the Conservative spelled funny, Conserva Tieve News. All those, again, different types of comments, languages, Pakistan, Albanian, Hindi, and whatever, but all Americana. Let's look at this one while we're here, though. The Conservative News and Dawn Reddig. Dawn looks like this. Let's take a look at that profile. Oh, hey, Dawn got removed. Whoa, that's interesting. All right, so maybe that turning Dawn in did something there. The Conservative News probably doesn't have anybody to push their content. Is their content still up and running? Yep, there it is. All right, so they're still there. Only 462 people liking this. Again, a small page, but that's not as important as just grabbing the traffic and growing it. So Dawn is gone. That is fascinating. All right, so here's another subject that they fakers, especially Kosovo fakers, like to do, and that's police and law enforcement and military. Now, we got a lot of police ones here. Action Police, All Lives Matter. There are two different groups of All Lives Matter. American Cops, Heroes America, Law Enforcement Lives Matter, Police Law Defenders, Police Lives Matter, Police Officer, Police Officers, two different groups, Police Symbol of Law, Support Police Officers, U.S. Police News, and We Support Police. That's a lot. Now, when you look at the names of all of these that are pro-U.S. cops, which is, of course, since the Black Lives Matter movement has been countered by Blue Lives Matter and whatever, there's a lot of interest around police, supporting police, pages that support police. And the fakers know this. And so the Kosovo team have gone in and built these pages. Some of them really, really small. But you can see these names. They are almost all Albanian comments and Kosovo check-ins. This police officer grouping here is almost entirely out of Kosovo. And again, they use multiple people to check and share out of multiple sites. You'll see some of these names again and again up and down the sheet. So Kosovo and police, that they are really hot on that. It's a hot property. And then the final category that I've been tracking is animals. Animals are amazing. Animals are angels. Animals are best friends. Animals are wonderful. Animals have soul. Animals world. Eagle spirit. I love animals. Like page if you love animals, and love of animals. So a whole bunch. This is where they got a little more creative. Somebody named Alex Escott, right? Doesn't sound very Kosovo, Albanian, whatever. But this is his profile, and there we have it. Gazeta Pristina probably means the Pristina Gazette, a newspaper in Kosovo. And he's got links to it. And this is probably Albanian that we're seeing comments in. Yeah, so right off the top, when you just look at Alex Escott, I can't even speak. When you look at Alex's page, you can tell he's not American. He's not from American. He lives in Pristina. He tells you that straight up. But he's sharing content from this page. Animals are amazing. Now, what seems to be really bad or negative about animals are amazing, right? That's a lovely thought. 265,000 people like this page because it probably puts together or steals cute videos. But even just looking at the cover photo, we support for animal. Page if you love, or like page if you love animal. Okay? You're pretty sure that this is not an American run thing, but it's based here, it says, in New York, New York. Yeah, not buying it. And they do the same things again. Please, we need your help to stay in this social network. Say something about our posts. Yes, yum or smile emoticon will do, or we'll completely disappear from your newsfeed. Appreciate your help. They probably stole that wording off of a menu or a recipe or a food site, a food page, just because they can. There's nothing really bad or nefarious about sharing animal things, right? But they're gathering all those people and sharing content to them. And animals are hot, so they can get, everybody loves to see cute animal videos. Like this one I've seen 8,000 times today. And they have the same wording. Again, please, we need your help to stay in this social network. Facebook, if you engage, if you say, hi, yes, love you, whatever, cute, adorable, whatever, Facebook will feed you more of this type of stuff, and it'll feed you more so they'll know how they can target you with other material like political material. So this is all helpful to them. That one post of that little puppy eating ice cream, 5,100 shares. That's great. That's great. But yeah, they're going to turn that into whole communities of people that they can serve other content to and get them to click on things. So this is the kind of things that I can't say it, Alex Escott is sharing. And he's not just sharing that. He's got another page, like page if you love animals, that he shares down here. And I think, nope, those are the only two that he shares. But you can see so many of these profiles. Some of them have American sounding names. Let's see, Sophie Marie Elizabeth. Let's take a look at Sophie Marie Elizabeth. She shares the animals are best friends content. But here she is sharing some love of animals and just pictures. Animals are best friends, Easter, etc. Just some interesting stuff on her wall. Nothing that really looks odd. But if I'm looking at her pictures, I'm seeing some of these same people. Oh, this is one I've missed. I think this is another faker I need to check into. Some of these profiles I've seen over and over again. I see these guys commenting on each other's photos. And we'll look at that in a minute. But just a whole bunch of animal related content. Don't know why, what all that is, but this is not a legitimate account. I'm almost certain of it. And what we'll do, we'll look in the Facebook scanner, go to stock scan, we'll put in Sophie Marie Elizabeth, and let's see how legitimate Sophie Marie Elizabeth looks. If we go to the center column, comments on pictures, we can look and see what kind of photos Sophie Marie Elizabeth comments on, right? So we have all of these type of pictures. A whole bunch of women with a whole bunch of cleavage, roughly, and like that. And so when I look at their names, Idona Ibrahimi, let's see if there's a Sophie Marie comment or no, just this. But here's Bettina Marlis that's commenting love on it. And let's see, there should be some more comments from other people. Marie Schmidt is another one that turns up on our list. Valentina Basso. So let's go scroll down this list. Here's Valentina Basso. Let's see, here is Marie Schmidt. Where is she? There's Marie Schmidt. There's Bettina Marlis. So all of these guys are commenting on the same photo. That's kind of interesting. So if I went to, say, Marie Schmidt and looked at her, let's see what she has going on her profile. This is Marie. Now, we've seen this picture. It's one of the ones that was commented on before. So if we take Marie and we go ahead and copy her link and put it into stock scan, let's see what we can find about pictures that she's commented on. Oh, do these photos look familiar? Uh-huh, they sure do. These are some of the same photos that the other account commented on. This one, Sophie Marie Elizabeth commented on it. Now Marie Schmidt. These are trolls commenting on each other's pictures to make them look legitimate. So somebody's manipulating all of these accounts to do that. And they're using all these fakes to do it. Now, if I actually looked at check-ins for Marie Schmidt, I probably wouldn't find anything. Nope, nothing there. But looking at her posts, I can tell animals are best friends all the way down. And then I think there's a love of animals, those two. And so that's pretty much it. And they're not just sharing it into places like Positive Thoughts. They're sharing it into places like Vote Trump Only, the American Party Rising. They're sharing it into I Love Donald Trump and United Americans elected Donald Trump. That's where this content is going. And again, doesn't sound like there's anything harmful about animals. But once they get people to click on those places, they know that they can find them and serve them other content. And that's just, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the idea that people in Kosovo are sharing political content chiefly, but I tracked a bunch of non-political content too. But sharing political content into these groups. And I want to show you what it looks like when they do. So we'll go to largest group ever and look there. That's a common group that we see a lot of fakery shared into. And we'll just scroll through some of the posts. I don't know what's going on there, but oh, George Lopez. Oh, that's lovely. Let's see what else. Who do we have? Oh, Michelle Wolf. All right, so keep going. We're just going to scroll through here. Here we go. Shida Manzoor. All right, we'll talk about Shida Manzoor sharing Donald Trump Forever. Now that's one of the ones that's on our page up here, Donald Trump Forever. I have her listed here. She's a recurring name. She used to have a different picture and a different image back when I was tracking her before. But a lot of them do things like have Trump's as their background picture, things like that. That's, again, not too unusual, but something that they do. Another thing, and I'm seeing if they've done it on here. Oh, goodness, how many comments did this one get? A ton. Good gravy. All right. No, sometimes it just takes a little while to scroll through. These little hands mean somebody is new to the group, and so you can kind of see if there's anybody posting anything new from a new account. You can give those a double check so that they don't look too if they look suspicious. I'm sorry, I just have to scroll through down here because the thing I was looking for didn't happen. All right, so let's keep going. Now here is an example of somebody that I'm guessing is fake. We're sharing a USADailyProof.com article. Nobody's ever heard of that. Should bacon be banned because it's offensive to Muslims? This is an engagement post, and we have Roy Smothers, who is here that we're going to check into. If we look at Roy Smothers' profile, let's see what we get. We get Toze Tryakov as the URL. Okay. This is not English. Don't know what it is. Probably Macedonian, Cyrillic, whatever of that. I have no idea. Where does he check into? Poland. Oh, so that must be Cyrillic letters. Poland. That's a new one on me. This guy's profile is screaming Poland, but his name is Roy Smothers. Let's take a deeper look and look at him in StockScan and see what we can find. If we click on him and we go to his comments on pictures that he's commented on, let's see what we find. Yeah, I'm gonna say that Roy Smothers is not from the U.S. and not living in the U.S. and not dealing with U.S. issues. Let's see where he's checked in. Any check-ins? Let's see. Hotel Gambit. Oh yeah, Croatia, Italy. He's a little traveler. You're in Velis, Macedonia, the Czech Republic, Croatia, Serbia. When we just zoom out here, this is where this guy travels. Yeah, that's not in the U.S., I hate to say. And the posts, when we look at his posts, what does he do? Oh, we have the banning bacon post going to largest group ever, and Donald Trump for president, March for Trump, and Donald Trump president, and President Donald J. Trump News, and Donald Trump Commander-in-Chief, and largest, that's what, 6 or 7 from USA Daily Proof. Now I would bet that page is run from Macedonia. If I could prove it, I would. But that's my guess. So that's what Roy Smothers is doing. But what he's posting here is, should bacon be banned because it's offensive to Muslims? Is there anywhere in the United States that anyone is talking about banning bacon? I don't think so. But the idea here is to get people worked up about the possibility that it could happen and get them to engage with this post. Not because of any concern about bacon being banned, but out of profit, out of building up an audience that they can count on to click and interact. And it works. 61 interactions, 10 shares, and really rude comments about it, where people are, no, we need more bacon, less Muslims, is what it seems to imply here. If it comes down to Muslims or bacon, bacon wins every time. People are taking this seriously. This is a steady diet of anti-Islam sentiment that's being fed to people, and it's divisive, and it's not kind, and it's problematic for our country. But the social media platforms are not talking about it at all. I'm watching people with such depression react, respond, and interact with this sort of content and be happy to do so, whether or not it's true, whether or not there's even a threat. And this puts them on a heightened state of alert all the time. And I don't think it's good for our country. I just have to reiterate that. So here's Tim Williams. Now, Tim Williams is sharing this quote about Angelina Jolie. I don't know if she said it. I didn't even take time to look into it. But it comes from viralalerts.site. That's a site that's pretty notorious for sharing fake celebrity quotes. So let's just look at who Tim is. We can put Roy out of the way and take a look at Tim. This is Tim. Tim looks like a normal American guy. Hillary Clinton, I'm back and I'm still ready to become what? I don't even know. But he posted that this morning. Here's a quote from Cher. You are a jerk. I don't blame anyone for putting you out. Can't wait for jackass Trump to get put out of the White House. What is that? I think I saw that one earlier. I think we saw something similar to that. Do you agree Democrats are the ones that are destroying America? Give me a yes if you do. This guy's profile is all over the place, and it's because he doesn't know English. He doesn't know English at all. Here he is in a store that looks like it might be in Macedonia. I don't know. But Tim Williams is not Tim Williams. If you look at Tim Williams closely, you're going to find something other than Tim Williams. Let's take a look. I don't know that we did this yet, so let's copy his link in and go to StockScan. It's really this easy to look into these guys. We'll go to look at pictures first because I always find that so instructive. This is what Tim Williams comments on. Things like this. This picture. Yeah. 2 years ago he commented on that. So what about this one? Yeah, here's some not English. We're going to copy that. We're going to open up a tab here and we're going to do Google Translate. And we're going to see what that language is. Albanian? Hindi. Ah, so there we go. Tim Williams is really probably Pakistani. These are the only photos he's commented on, but he's done so in Hindi. So that's something to note. Let's see what else we can find. Are there any check-ins down there in places? Peshawar, and Punjab. Pakistan or India? Where are we? Yeah, Pakistan. So there you go. That's who Tim Williams is. He is a Pakistani male posing as an American male and sharing political content. Now, I have to stop and reiterate this. Facebook just launched this year a new policy where you cannot buy ads if you're not verified as being in America, from America. You have to send your license and the 4 digits of your social security number. You have to go through a whole process. It takes about a week, week and a half to get your page allowed to share political ads and your profile allowed to share political ads. It's a 2-step process. You have to go through both sets to use a page and have it serve political ads, have it run ads. To pay for the privilege to do it, by the way. But this content, this here about illegal from Mexico saying Donald Trump ruined my entire life, whatever, from viralalerts.site, content like this gets shared every day into Facebook groups for free, no charge, and nobody says anything about it. Facebook doesn't clamp down on it. Facebook doesn't see anything wrong with it. But as unfakery, I cannot go and send a ad out from the unfakery page that has to do with a Maxine Waters fake quote, or say a Donald Trump fake quote, or a Al Sharpton fake quote, because that's going to get classified as advertising that's political. So I can't advertise the debunking if the debunking that I've done comes in the form of a political angle, a political person, or a political issue. But these guys can talk about Trump's wall is a criminal wall and whatever. People can do that every day, all day long, from Pakistan under the name of Tim Williams, and Facebook doesn't do a thing about it. It's so maddening. And I have reported Tim's profile, and I had hoped Tim's profile would have been removed, but Facebook is really slow about that. I don't know why. But here he is sharing content in groups like this. And what I would do when I started tracking all these pages is I started looking just through the shares from other pages. If I'm scrolling through this timeline, I'll see if it's shared from somewhere else. I'll see a note down at the bottom below the video or below the post that'll say where it was originally shared. And so I can check for that. And I kept running into them over and over again. Now remember I told you about that Zhang Zhenfu up here at the very top. Zhang Zhenfu, Asan Bilal. I've come across that account again and again in terms of fakery networks, and somehow they've managed to keep this account alive. But it's always this kid with the MAGA hat that shows up. It's weird. It's just crazy. But if I look at Zhang Zhenfu's account, it's probably been scrubbed several times based on who used to run it or who they used to run ads for or content for. Pictures that they've commented on, none. They haven't made that mistake. Check-ins, none. The only thing I have to go on is what their posts are, their likes, things like that, if they have any likes. All of that. And you can see the pattern, and that's it. Donald Trump forever is the content this account's sharing. 2, President Trump, Donald J. Trump News, Donald Trump for President, March for Trump, Donald Trump President, Trump Train, all those. And then here's MAGA 2020 Official as well. They were sharing it too. Different content too. They've done this rap and hip hop music. They've shared this Donald Trump Forever into rap and hip hop music group. Go figure. But they keep pumping this stuff out because they'll get enough engagement to tell Facebook, hey, serve more of this to people. Here's 104 comments on completely banning illegal aliens from entering America. That's not a thing that's on the table. There's no legislation about that. We're talking only about travel bans for certain countries right now. That's the most. But these people from wherever this particular one happens to be, Donald Trump Forever's posts, I don't have anybody notified or located in Kosovo doing it, but I'm guessing it's somebody in that neck of the woods. They're sharing that content into places all over the place, and getting engagement. So Facebook is saying, oh, hey, Donald Trump Forever's posts should be bumped up higher, have better priority, and be shown to more people. That's what they do with this engagement bait. It just is designed to get people's attention and to show Facebook, hey, serve more of that. And so this is all I did. I went through and I looked at all these places. And the content that's here is so shallow, I frequently wonder why people engage with it at all. But then there are some people, I guess, who just like their feels poked. They like to feel like they've scored a point. There's some gotcha politics there, or some yamama politics where everybody's just hurling insults or somebody's getting theirs. A lot of the fakery themes are built around revenge and somebody getting what they deserved after going a long time evading justice or whatever. You see that a lot in the Hillary stuff that's out there. It's all about how Hillary keeps getting away with it. And now there's almost going to be an indictment. There's going to be an indictment any day. It's always something like that. Somebody's talking. Somebody's actually spilling their guts to authorities or whatever. It's always like that. Always building up for a exciting conclusion of somebody getting what they deserved, and it never happens. And nobody notices that it never happens. And so here we have James Blyer. I think James wanted to be a Blair and got it wrong. Even though he's sharing Fox and Friends here, which is an actual legit page, not something that they're necessarily making up. Let's take a look at James. Another thing that the fakers are doing now is actually using men profiles, male-looking profiles, instead of just simply women. They were doing a whole bunch of women, and I think they got, really at first it was beautiful women, and I think they got some, I don't know, maybe caught too many times and didn't continue with that. Then they went for grandmas too, because older people would respond, they thought, to older people. So they had a lot of grandmas on there doing that kind of fake reposting and whatever. So this is who James Blyer actually posts and comments on. Let's see what he has to say. It's typically more interesting when he's talking about a guy. It's not just... okay, let's look. Ishfaq is here. Zia, Yunus, Sheikh, Ghani, Salim, Saddam, Anwar, Kansaib, Wahid, Azat, Din, and James. One of these things is not like the other. I'm just saying. And because it was 33 weeks ago, we can tell that our friend James Blyer wasn't James Blyer before. He was something else. And then he changed it. And you can see, too, what's really interesting when you get a female fake account that comments on a bunch of women and says sexy. You could tell that's a Pakistani male who has changed his particular look and profile just to be able to fool Americans, but forgot to scrub those old pictures. What else do we have? Places for James Blyer? Nope, no check-ins. Maybe they're getting smarter about that and taking those down. But what are we posting? James Blyer is posting into I hate Donald Trump. Really? Walkaway campaign is making us weak or not? Can someone tell me what is happening? That's just a question. I don't know. Then here we go. Fox and Friends. Democrats need to get a life. Largest group ever. So yeah, really strange set of things commenting on. Here we have started school at Tacoma Mountaineers and then University of Peshawar. Okay. And then this weird particular group and a post about Donald J. Trump. Okay. This guy is totally fake. So I reported him as well. But what is he posting? What kind of content is he posting into these groups? Melania gets a last-minute secret message from Queen, which makes Michelle furious. What even is this? I don't know. But this is the crap comment that James, oh no, that's Phyllis Logon. Here's James. He's sharing Fox and Friends. Yes, that's right. So, yeah, I'm even if it's Fox and Friends, why is somebody who's almost assuredly in Pakistan sharing that content into groups like this? I don't understand it. And they do it time and again, whereas I can't actually share any kind of advertising. I can't remember what I'm doing here. I can't get any advertising off of my page because that's political content. When I'm out there trying to de-escalate the craziness and tell people, no, the thing that you believe about that person that's on the other side of the aisle is not true, Facebook says, no, political content, you cannot post that. You cannot run ads on that. You cannot tell people that you're debunking things that are obviously fake. But Facebook is not going to do anything about it. Here we have All Lives Matter from Leatrim Hassani. Yeah, Leatrim comes from Kosovo. I'm certain of it. And here's one I want to talk about. Denise Brady. We talked about Denise Brady way back when. Right after we had some buzz from BuzzFeed about our getting some bots discovered and Facebook ignoring them. We looked into Denise Brady and we reported Denise Brady right after, immediately after Facebook gave us like 98% removal rate on everything we'd ever reposted. After that, going forward, I thought maybe they would be watching more carefully what I report. Nope. Here's Denise Brady. This has been a different profile picture here before, so this is someone new, but the actual profile is the same. It's still active from back in April or May when I first reported it. And I know it's fake because when I look at the comments on these pictures, I can see that they're commenting in not English right here, over here. Then when I look at the check-ins and see if there are any check-ins there, we have a Macedonia restaurant. Yeah. So Denise is not legit at all, but Denise is prolific about posting. Here we have USADailyProof.com is who's footing her bill. Whoever's running Denise's profile here. President Trump seizes Obama slush fund, gives millions back to taxpayers. I'm thinking that's not a legitimate story, but people certainly want to pretend it is. I've had a mosquito in here trying to kill me. All right, sorry about that. But sharing the same thing into all these different groups. Should immigration reform be a top priority? Same thing from the same site. So why is someone from Macedonia interested in border walls and immigration policy and Obama's birth certificate? Why would somebody in Macedonia care about this stuff? They don't. Somebody is paying them to do that so that people will go to this site and they can make money off of American traffic. It's that simple. It really is. You can see the same site over and over, USA Daily Proof, again and again and again. And going back, days, this is just July 8th, and there's so many posts over and over in different places. June 28th, lock her up now. Secret Service looking into Maxine Waters' call to harass Trump aides. Do you think that's really true? I'm betting it isn't, but USA Daily Proof wants you to go click there and look, even though that's not covered anywhere else. Denise Brady is fake as can be, but they won't take her down. I've reported Denise Brady 600 times, it must be, and they won't take her down. I don't know why, don't know how, but this is the kind of traffic that these guys issue or drive to their sites from these profiles with common names that I see again and again. Khadija Bibi. BBs are a big bane of my existence. It took forever to get them to come out of there, to get rid of those BBs that I kept seeing everywhere. They make me crazy, but it's a popular name for fake accounts. Now I'm adding in here this spreadsheet because I wanted to show you. I started tracking these after the BuzzFeed buzz, after Facebook went and just removed hundreds of accounts that I had reported and they had never got to. So I'm starting here. Denise Brady is the only one up here that was still active. All these other ones that I reported in yellow, they were all gone. Then I started keeping track the other day, starting on the 7th. That's 4 days ago. I started reporting, keeping track of, and reporting, these accounts as I was just going through those groups. Some of them have been removed, but it's like 90 something, 95 accounts that I've looked at, and 26 have been removed since the 7th. So in 4 days, they've got about 27% of all the fakes that I've turned in taken down. And some of them, it was a good thing too. I had several here that were outed based on what their account was. Eric Martin, we have a video, if you can check that on our YouTube page. Eric Martin was a profile that when you hovered over a tag in one of the photos, he was somebody else entirely. You can see that on the video we made about it. He's gone. Mary Smith, I made a video about Mary Smith too. Looked like she was into pageants and had a cowboy hat and some sequin things going on. Mary Smith, when you hovered over her name on a profile, had another name show up as well. Mary Smith has been deleted. So this stuff is working in some way. I don't know if it's because I'm reporting or the videos are getting around or what, but I'm documenting this stuff because Facebook isn't returning any kind of feedback to let us know this is working. They are still processing and removing accounts. I don't know why they stopped doing that feedback, except that when I got feedback from them before, I could give them additional feedback. I could fill in a blank and send comments back, which would include links like I'd get when I would look into these places on StockScan. I could send, here's the picture where they comment in Hindi. I could send that to them and show them. And when I really started kicking that into gear, they stopped sending those notices altogether. So I have no way to tell them additional information or to know if they've even looked at it. So it is a very difficult thing. And I want to talk about that because what kind of effect does this content have when it's going into these groups over and over again, into people that are really interacting with it over and over again as though the fake stuff is true? How can that not be affecting people? How can that not be bothering and getting under the skin of people? Should people who make death threats against President Trump and his supporters go to jail? People who make death threats, and it's proven, usually do go to jail. There's usually a criminal activity about that. But here we have a video about it for America for Trump. Now, if you look at here, America for Trump is the first page I was looking at. It sells merchandise, and it's shared by these people with Albanian comments on their posts. Now, what's interesting here is this tag on this video is USA Politics Daily News. They've ripped this video entirely from USA Politics Daily News. I don't know what page that is or if it's still a page, but we're going to check and we're going to see. If it's still a real page, then they're just lifting content from places and sticking it in there. They're not even creating their own fakery or their own bait. They're just stealing other pages' baits and using that. USA Politics Daily News. Let's try that. USA Politics Daily News. Let's see if we can find anything out about that page. Ah, pages. Let's see. USA Politics Daily News does not look like it's in existence. It might be one of the pages that was taken down before by Facebook, and they've just recycled the videos. So they're not necessarily stealing it. Maybe the same people just using their old content. Don't know. Content really doesn't matter. People will interact with it no matter what it is, and it's so sad. And I don't know how we get to these people and reach them and say, have you really vetted the people that are serving you stuff? Here's a poll. Are we obligated to accept refugees into U.S.? You have to click to answer the poll, but people will just put it in the comments if they want to. That's all that matters. Engagement on this post. But let's see who's selling it. John Riel Hizon. And looking at that, I'm going to say probably not American. Don't know for sure. Let's take a look and see if we can find anything out about him based on what's public in his profile. Let's see. Here we have on pictures that he's commented on. And keep in mind, this is what he was serving up. Are we obligated to accept refugees into the U.S.? And this is pictures he's commented on. Not really anything personal here. Just different stuff in English, a lot of it. And then this, which is probably indicating Filipino, maybe? I don't know. Not sure. Let's see what else we can find. Places checked into. Where's that? Where could that be? Could that be the Philippines? Oh yeah, it could. Really. That's what he's doing. And when we look at his posts, it's Joe Biden says all Republicans want black people to lose the right to vote. Politics Daily News Report.blogspot.com. That sounds legit. And then we have USA Politics Daily News Blogspot.com. And these sites over and over, I mean, this is not a legitimate website anyway. Nobody's ever heard of that. They have no credentials. It's just a blogspot blog. But, you know, sharing up content like that. That's what's going on. That's the people sharing content like that. Do you think a steady diet of are we obligated to accept refugees into the U.S. is good? Here's one that's years old. Woman sets pedophile Muslim man on fire after catching him rape 7-year-old daughter. Apparently this was a domestic thing that happened where she set her husband or boyfriend or whatever on fire for doing this, but it was years ago, and neither of these pictures, I think, have anything to do with it. But it gets clicks and likes and shares, and so it's going around again. It's crazy. And people are fed this over and over. Do you think the people that comment on these things don't take this in and feel compelled to do something about it? Hillary Clinton says, I'm back and I'm still ready to become. Now, we saw that quote somewhere else on somebody's wall, right? And HCF TV is a site that I haven't checked out, but it sounds like it's trying to be, say, the call letters of a news station or something like that. And Barbara here says, need to be in jail. Everyone around dies that is going to testify against you. You can argue whether that's true or not, but the idea is that what is that message, steady message of Hillary Clinton getting away with everything, do to people who vote, who are in these groups? You know, canceling funding for Obama's free house and library. The Obama library has raised funds. All presidential libraries raise their own funds. So what are they even talking about here? And MAGA 2020, that's the page here, I think, that got canceled, that got taken down. Alex Kaufman from Media Matters for America tagged me in a post that said, after looking at this spreadsheet, he found these accounts and these check-ins and everything. And when he checked back, Facebook had taken this one down. I didn't contact Facebook about the page or anything, but MAGA 2020 was the one. Maybe that's a page they were sharing. But this is the content again and again. Maxine Waters faces 5 years in prison for inciting violent riots. Do you really think so? Is anybody arrested or charged Maxine Waters with anything? There's maybe an investigation. It's not going to go anywhere. Nothing's going to happen to her. And people are being worked up with the delicious prospect to their mind that Maxine Waters will go to jail for this. And then when it doesn't happen, what happens to people? What do they do? What do they think? What happens in their mind? They think the system's stacked against them. They think the swamp is just prevailing. Don't you think they're going to vote that much harder to do this? This is divisive for a reason. Somebody's out to sow division, whether it is division for one side or another to prevail or just chaos. I don't know. But somebody's paying good money to all those accounts to do that, to serve up content into these groups. Here's one, another anti-immigrant one. Like and share if you think this is a disgrace. This account is Macedonian or Kosovan, I'm sure. This veteran gets nothing. This illegal gets everything. Do we know that? There's no proof here at all. It's just an image with some words on it, but people believe it, they internalize that, and they base their political decisions on this. I don't think it's good for the country, and I don't think anybody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about this Chinese water torture effect that this content has dripping every day on people who not only get it served in their timeline, they come to it. They come looking for it. It's so disheartening. And people believe it. It's a total disgrace. Is the illegal still here? You know, this is the kind of thing that people are interacting with. So I've tracked about 85 or 90 pages with all of these different accounts, maybe 70 accounts from different places, but mostly Kosovo. There's some India, there's some Pakistan, there's some Romania, Cambodia, but all these themed posts. And what I want to do over the next few weeks is look into these, check them out again, see how many of them have survived, see if there are any niche groups that I'm missing. Sarah has a master list, I'm sure, that I'll be looking into if I can, and see what else, if any of them are tied here. And I don't know why I keep coming up with all of them from Kosovo, or most of them from Kosovo, except that once fakers find a pattern that works, they stick with it. And so that's how I find them. That's how I've been able to identify so many of these fakers. Well, I don't want to keep anybody any longer, but I did want to show the big amount of Kosovo accounts and Kosovo run pages that are out there imitating Americans, and some of these profiles that are imitating Americans, trying to pass as Americans, and still find it funny that that one got taken down. I want people to think about the idea of what all this content does to people if they see it in their news feeds, or if they go to the groups and look at it there over and over. And they're in these isolated communities where fakers can push as much content as they want for free because these groups are poorly moderated, or the moderators want the traffic. I had one admin of a group tell me that she really tried to moderate and you know, kind of gatekeep who came in, but her other moderators in the group wanted to just grow the group fast as possible, so they let everybody in. And then they had tons of Kosovo trolls and Albanian trolls and Macedonian trolls and all of those to deal with that they couldn't get rid of overnight. They had to shut down guest posts completely. Only the admins could post for a good few weeks. I mean, 5 or 6 weeks they had to do this. And it's still not solved the problem, because as soon as they opened them up again, comments to members, they had more Kosovo. People on this list right there were posting in their group. And it's so disheartening for them. Good moderators don't want that to happen to their communities, but the fakers will always find poorly moderated groups and do this, and Facebook does nothing about it. And I don't even know really what Facebook can do. So thanks for being along with us. Thank you for sitting through all this crap. I can't tell you how much it means to me to know that there are people who are watching these things and getting it, who see the lights going on. They're saying, oh my gosh, I didn't know. What are we going to do about this? And who spread the content that I create when I make videos to show this stuff. That does more good than you can possibly know. It's one of the tools that we can use to embarrass Facebook and to try to do something about this. But mostly I want people to think about that problem. Think about the question, what do we do with all this content for free flooding American groups in Facebook when political ads on Facebook are highly regulated? I don't need a political ad to move a bunch of Americans. All I need to do is create some fake news and fake site or fake pages and just spam them in there. And that's what they're doing. So tell your friends about Unfakery. Have them share the page and the content, things that you find there on our page. Let people know about us. We've gotten past 1,500 this week. It was so amazing to reach that milestone. But let me tell you, these groups and these pages, they have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, some of them. We'll never be able to undo the damage, but at least we can start to push back if we keep growing the group. So help us do that. Follow us on Twitter at Unfakery, and we also have our YouTube channel, something fishy right now, but the channel name is changing too soon. I got to get it all worked out with Google, but it's coming. So thanks so much for being here. Thanks for caring about the truth and about honesty and about real people on Facebook who are being fooled and exploited by these trolls. And we will talk to you next week. Thanks so much, everybody. Talk to you soon.